So another good week of summer league. I know a lot of people are mixing in vacations and baseball all-stars and swim practice and any number of things. So sometimes teams are short and kids get to play more, but that's even better. And that's why we try to make this league as flexible as possible. But I also want to offer just a quick thought for the week. And this one is just, why did I choose to do things this way in the first place? I mean, we give kids a long leash. Things can be a little bit messy when you do that, or certainly be messy when you give kids long leashes, whether the old kids get chippy or the young kids get a little physical. But really, what it comes down to is I view kids' playing opportunities when I look at college athletes, when I look at high school athletes. They've received a basketball education. I received a basketball education growing up. And when I looked at my own kids and I looked at the current kids when I got into college coaching, when I moved back from playing professional basketball, I saw that kids are lacking something in their basketball education. Most college coaches all agree on it. There's a lack. There's missing. There's something that they lack that we used to get and that we used to have. And I believe one of those primary things is messy playing opportunities, where they're free to really do what they wish and solve their own problems and create their own problems and become better problem solvers in that regard. And I think the summertime is the best time for that. Naturally, all my kids have been involved with this summer league, except for my oldest, who's into music, for the last 10 years. And when I created these leagues, they were for my kids and for their friends who I wanted them to enjoy basketball and understand how to play the game in a way that I did, frankly. And my friends did and my teammates did. The way you can structure, I'm not against traditional leagues. We might run a few here in the future that are much more traditional with standings and everything else. I think those things are helpful. I mean, we play on the weekends. We do any number of things to improve players on the micro and on the macro. But I think summertime is a time to be creative. I think summertime is a time to make a mess. It's not always pretty. Sometimes our older players get too chippy or talk too much. Sometimes our younger players might get too physical, and we try to do the best we can managing that. But look at your own kids. Look at the kids in your neighborhood. Look at the kids at your high school. When college coaches talk about current kids, they all agree that they're lacking something. They're lacking creativity. They're lacking self-confidence. They're lacking the ability to solve problems and kind of deal with the mess because they've been in over adult directed environments. And frankly, I don't think high school basketball is very impressive to me. A lot of college players do make it, and the college players now today are quite good because the good keep getting better, the great keep getting better, but the middle and the mass, I don't think are as good as they used to be, or frankly, as good as they should be with as many opportunities as they have. So, yeah, I could keep going on this, but I think that's just it in a nutshell, is look at your kids' education in basketball and start to ask yourself, what do they really need to become the kind of players that college coaches and high school coaches and varsity coaches want them to be? My son says he wants to be a Division I basketball player, my oldest at least, and maybe my daughter. But my goal for them is just enjoy high school basketball and hopefully be a good player, be a good teammate, have fun on weekends if that's what you want to do. And then be able to pass that on to your kids. And the way you educate someone with that goal, it might not be exactly what you think. So that's it. Week 3, I got to cut myself off. I'm trying to get myself a 4-minute time limit, and I'm already past. So enjoy the next week. We'll check in with you again.